Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza Fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
And the serve just clears the top of the net, played by the Bombers.
Media Group production.
Into the lane and just gets the roll.
Wow.
Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the Nice 95.5 mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Andy Beckstrom.
Well, and thank you very much. Welcome in, sports fans, here to Spectrum High School, the home of the Sting, as they get set to host this playoff matchup in afternoon football. They're playing host to the Foley Falcons. We'll have the pregame from Spectrum when we return back here to the home of the Sting on Nice 95.5.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ascove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom on hand back here in Elk River, the Elk River area, just kind of the suburbs, not quite now then, but kind of right on the east edge of Elk River. Can't quite see it back behind me there, but it is there. I took Viking all the way across here, and a little bit of a jiggy jog, a couple miles south of that, so kind of the southwest or southeast side, I guess you could say, of Elk River. Spectrum High School, the Spectrum Sports Complex, is where we are at this afternoon. Apologize if you get a little bit of wind. I'll do my best to try to be able to keep that out of the microphone throughout the course of the day today, as we're outside here in Spectrum at the athletic complex. They do have a press box, not a very big press box though, mostly laden with coaches and the scoring and announcing staff. And they had a little boxed in area above this little snack shack. The former, I guess it's the former concession stand, or maybe it's the current concession stand. I don't know. I don't smell hot dogs from where I'm at, but they also do have a food truck to the south end of the high school off to my right. So I'm going to be on top of this little snack shack bringing you the game today. The Foley Falcons take on the Spectrum Sting in this playoff matchup as the Falcons continue their postseason run. Become a little bit of a habit here for the Foley Falcons, as now they are working their way through 5 AAA. They won last week 33-8 over the top of the Malacca Wolves. They come in 5-4 overall after that win. But as I mentioned, a little bit of a run put together by the Foley Falcons. Last year they finished 4-6 on the year. They only had a couple of wins during the year. They beat St. Cloud Apollo before losing to St. Cloud Cathedral in the postseason. So the Falcons have been known to kind of put together a little bit of a run at the end of the season, including 2 years ago. They finished the year 3-5 and got 2 wins back-to-back. Pine City and then Mora going to the section championship, losing 14-8 to Annandale, and Annandale, of course, going to state that year. So it definitely had been kind of a prime time, if you will, for the Foley Falcons to be able to get a little bit of momentum here at the end of the season. Sting come in 6-2 on the year. Their lone 2 losses came at the hands of Big Lake 46-20, and then at the end of the year, Pine River Bacchus 25-20. The lone single-A school. Otherwise, the primary schedule that the Sting play is actually a 4A schedule. They had one against Pack Charter, who is a 5 AAA. Actually played them twice, so I usually don't see that too much, but kind of a charter school schedule for the Sting, the Spectrum Sting. We've seen them a little bit here and there throughout the course of the years, and now we get a chance to be able to do a game from their facility. Really nice football field here, dirt track around the outside, but it is set up to be able to do some track and field type of things. Don't know if they necessarily do that or not, but they do have the nice dirt track, I guess, if you ever remember growing up in high school and having to run the mile out on the dirt track. At least I did before they renovated the school to be able to add that extra track out there. We're just about set out at midfield. It is going to be the Foley Falcons that will kick off from right to left. They're in their road white uniforms, silver helmets, blue numerals, black pants with some blue trim going down there. The Spectrum Sting, almost all black top to bottom, black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, some of them black leggings as well, and white numerals, so it should be pretty easy to be able to get their numbers as best I can. I'm located about the 30-yard line, kind of where the Spectrum Sting are just about set to be able to receive it. They have one lone setback back at the 15, ready to be able to receive the Benjamin Sheffers kick, who had a pretty good night last week against the Malacca Wolves. The wind is going to be blowing more towards me, so kind of crossways through the field as that one comes down, goes just wide of the return man Simonovic and goes out the back of the end zone. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now from the 20 here for the Sting. That's where they will take it. For their first possession of the game. I like to think that using the outdoor elements here, not terribly windy, about 50 degrees, but it is fairly windy, so a little bit of a breeze there, so not terribly cool, I should say. But the wind is definitely having a little bit of an effect, but it's getting me ready for hockey season is kind of the way that I'm going to be looking at it. Simonovic is going to get the pass over to the near side on a little quick hitter out of the hands of quarterback Levi Sims. Sims pitching that one out there for the Sting, being able to get that first reception. It's going to be a tackle for no gain around the outside as they try to get the edge, but the Falcons pursue down the line pretty good to be able to get there. As we get set now for a 2nd and 10, Sting come to the line. They're going to set up kind of a bunch formation. They do have 3 different receivers. It's double wing right and a wide receiver off to this near side as well. Sims in the backfield with one running back to his right is going to be Owen Carlson. Shotgun set. Falcons almost jump, but they're able to hold back. Option play coming near side. Sims tried to cut it upfield, and he's going to be undercut and brought down. Tackle of maybe a yard or two on the play. He's going to be brought down by Brody Kipka. You're going to hear that name quite a bit tonight. Brody Kipka defensively is going to be playing kind of that linebacker, defensive end kind of in down position, kind of flex in and out there, but you're going to hear his name on the offensive side of the ball pretty consistently all night long, as he is a absolutely tremendous running back for this Falcon squad. Right. Sims has Carlson to his left in the backfield in the gun. Shotgun set. Falcons almost jump again, able to hold themselves. Ball's on the ground as it comes in and out of the hands of Simonovic. He's going to drive back after it, and the ball might still be loose. I think the Falcons think that they got it back. Simonovic went down to be able to get it, but he actually slid past it. And the Foley Falcons are going to come away with the football. So less a 3 and out and more a 3 and fumble. And the Falcons are going to have absolutely tremendous field position. They'll be at the Sting 5-yard line, so they're already in the red zone, already fully lead here against this Sting squad. Carson Brenny will be under center. The aforementioned Kipka, among others, in the backfield. He'll get the first handoff. DeMar is also in the backfield with him. kind of a wishbone formation, if you will. They're going to hand the ball off and get a little bit of a push from that offensive line. We'll move it up to about the 3-yard line, so a gain of 2 on first down. Bring up a second down play. The comments from Coach Dave Dahlstrom and the Foley staff during the pregame, could hear him a little bit up here above my booth here now as Brenny takes the snap. Little delayed pitch over to the near side. Kipka makes one man miss, but then he's pursued down the line and brought down by Sims in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 5 back to the 8-yard line. But Coach Dahlstrom and the Falcons were off to my left here in the kind of in the end zone area, and he said make sure to establish that physical play and start strong and that on offense as well. The Sting did not play last week. They had a bye, one of the 2 byes in Section 5 AAA. Annandale, the number 1 seed, got the other bye. Sting, the number 2 seed. Brenny under center, and we're going to get a false start on the offensive line. Far side, there's going to be Landon Neese that jumped a little bit early on that one. So not the cleanest start here for the Falcons. They are able to get the turnover and be able to get great field position. But now going backwards and bringing up now a 3rd and goal from the Spectrum 13-yard line. Quick check in with Ethan Gameday Gilman. Randolph up over the top of Rush City, 22-0. That at halftime in that game. If you're looking to find out what game we're going to be at, WCMPradio.com/broadcast schedule or KBEK.com/broadcast schedule. And what YouTube feed will be on. Back to pass Brenny. He's going to pitch it towards the end zone. Caught! Touchdown Falcons. That's going to be up over the top looking for Dane Wheeler. And Wheeler brings that one in. 13-yard touchdown. Nice setup play there for the Falcons, trying to be able to kind of like out and up and trying to be able to get that ball out. And now we have one of the Spectrum players that is down on the play. Spectrum got a pretty good rush, though, into the backfield. Hans Burfind was able to get into the backfield, but couldn't quite get his paws on Brenny before he let go of that ball, tossing it to that back edge of the end zone. It was a near hash and kind of going to that far edge, and able to get that one dropped right into the bucket. One of the Sting players down on the field. We're going to have the extra point up and coming here for the Foley Falcons, who lead at 6-0 early stages of the first quarter. We'll come back here to Sting Stadium when we return on Nice 95.5.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever. How do you want to be celebrated? A church service? A celebration of life in a chapel? Maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Metvin Funeral and Cremation Services has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decision in Funeral Home in Mora, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at metvinfuneralhome.com.
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom on hand back here at Spectrum Athletic Complex. The injured player, Brandon Simonovich, it comes off the field under his own power, but kind of holding that right arm a little bit as the snap spot kick is up and good, and it is going to be a 7-0 lead here for the Falcons right off the bat as they get a turnover and a 13-yard pass play. The offense didn't exactly move the ball real effectively. Their first play was a little bit of a nice run, being able to pick up a couple of yards, but then a tackle for about a 5-yard loss and then a 5-yard penalty on a false start put him at 3rd and goal from the 13, but Brenny, who's he's not going to light up the world, but he has the ability to be able to throw that pass. He has the ability to be able to get it out there, and sometimes that's all you really need to be able to do. You be able to have that understanding of what your team is looking for and put that ball in good places, and good things will happen. He's got a couple of really nice receivers out there. Carter Liberta, we heard his name a couple of times last week, and, of course, Dane Wheeler on the reception there on the 13-yard touchdown play, giving the Falcons the 7-0 lead. 8:55 to go here, first quarter of play, and the Falcons set to kick off for the second time. Left towards the north end of the end zone. Simonovich is back there to be able to take it. He's going to step up and take this one at about the 8-yard line. Works his way over to the near side now. Set up right, tries to turn the corner, and he trips over the 25-yard line, falls forward before a couple of Falcons kind of come in after him there as he trips and goes down, but the stop made, and the ball will be placed at about the 27-yard line. And that's where Spectrum will have it now for their second possession. Have that kind of bunch formation, if you will. Make a quick adjustment to my headset here. Hopefully that keeps the wind out just a little bit more. Move to the other side of the of my head here. Don't usually put it there, but it works. Sims is going to keep that one, or Sims rather, is going to keep that one. Try to be able to blast up the middle, and it's going to be a no gain on first down. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Football up to the 27-yard line. Shotgun set. It's going to come back a little bit of a wildcat, if you will. It's going to be a direct snap out to Carlson. Carlson will work his way over to the near side, trying to be able to beat a couple of Falcon tacklers to the edge. DeMars in on the play to be able to kind of help push him out of bounds. Pickup of 8. We'll mark it back. Move that ball. The sticks on the far side of the field moved it all the way up to the 35-yard line, which would have been a pickup of 8, but then the official adjuster. And so it'll be a pickup of 6 on it. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 now for the Sting. Sting come up to the ball now. Shotgun set once again. Carlson and Sims in the backfield. Direct snap will come back to Carlson on the left side. And he's going to plow his way ahead for a first down. He'll be up across the 40-yard line. And I'm not exactly sure what the injury necessarily is to the other Simonovich, but in the sideline here in front of us, he's taking the jersey and the pads off, and maybe to get a little bit better look at that right arm, shoulder area, but not usually a good sign when they're taking the pads off. So first quarter of play, and the Sting down one player. They don't have a tremendously deep bench, but they do have a little bit of success there, as they've had a pretty good season, 6-2 coming into tonight's play. Fake pitch over to the near side, and Sims is going to try to keep it going out the right. Ball pops out, it's on the ground. But that was, ball popped out, and on the play, number 73, Elijah Dager, he had Sims wrapped up and brought him down hard, but the ball already had popped out. I think if he realized that the ball was out and turned around, he probably would have been able to pick that one up. But nonetheless, ball is covered up by the Sting. And it'll bring up now a 2nd and not quite 11 as it's back to the 39 backfield. Tight end, double wing, and a little wide receiver off to the right side as they overload everything to that side. Sims back to pass, rushes on, able to escape, works his way to the far side, slips one tackle, going to be run down by DeMars and Kipka in front of the Foley bench. The rush came into the backfield pretty hot and heavy with Caleb Nicely, but he just couldn't quite get him. He was able to duck underneath the tackle and slip away with what would have been probably about an 8-yard sack, and he's able to slip out of the backfield, outrun Deeger and others to that far edge before he's run down by DeMars. Ends up making a pickup of 3, so about a 10-yard difference from what he was about to give up to what he ultimately ended up getting to. Bring up now a 3rd down and 8. Sting up to the ball. Overloaded to the left again with that shotgun set. Carlson's going to move over to the near side. They're going to reset the entire offense. And it's going to be a timeout called by the Sting. I thought maybe there was going to be an illegal shift, but they could shift and then be able to get reset. But a timeout called by the Sting. So timeout on the field, 7-0 in favor of the Falcons. Spectrum faces a 3rd and 7 when we return back here to Elk River on Nice 95.5.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you to work, school, or the doctor's office. Our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Nice 95.5, Andy Beckstrom on hand. Athletic Complex. Kind of seen it as I was coming by. The address I just put in Spectrum High School figures at the high school. I probably would have been about 4 miles out of position on that one had I been coming from another direction. But the direction took me right by the complex. I looked over and I'm like, oh, there's guys in black and silver out there warming up. So that's probably going to be where I'm going to go. So Spectrum comes out with that same formation. They're going to put 4 wide receivers out to the right, 2 up at the line, 2 are going to be back. Carlson's actually going to be about 8 yards back. They're going to be a quick hitter over to the near side. Ball kind of skims on the ground a little bit. Carlson comes up with it. He's got a little bit of running room down the right side. He'll be pushed out of bounds eventually by Demers, but not before he picks up about 12 yards and a 1st down for the Spectrum Sting. That ball did skim the ground, but it was behind the line of scrimmage, or not necessarily even behind the line of scrimmage, but it was behind the quarterback. So really it was more of a lateral type of play. So ultimately a run play on a really deep pitch. Mostly just in front of him, hoping to be able to kind of catch that defense bunched up in the middle, trying to use, I guess it kind of works as a little bit of a screen play, if you will. 3 wide receivers will be set to the right now on a 1st down play for the Sting, moving from left to right as they enter Foley Falcon territory at the 43-yard line. Sims, he'll be back to pass. Looks downfield, rushes on, throws it over the middle. Ball batted away, and it's going to be knocked down, taken away by the Falcons. It was batted by Theodore Rasmussen, but it kind of juggled right there with the intended receiver, fighting for position right there with them. Was one of the Sting, and it got juggled right into the hands of Rasmussen. Ultimately ends up in his hands and an interception. And so 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Sting, and the Falcons looking to try to take advantage. Pair of wide receivers in the near side. Pitch comes to Kipka. Gets on the outside. Kicks it upfield. Well, got one man to beat. He's trying to be able to slip that tackle. Simon Ivich tried to spin him to the ground. He didn't spin him to the ground. He tried to spin him and throw him down, and he was able to run right through that one. Eventually, he's going to be brought down by Mason Carlson, but not before he gets inside the 20-yard line of the Spectrum Sting. That's a huge pickup there for the Falcons. 42 yards and a 1st down for the Fit, as he's going to be the deep man in an offset eye behind Brenny. 2 wide receivers off to the right side, tight end left. Hand out Kipka. He's going to go behind that tight end, bounces off of Rasmussen, and eventually get covered up, but he's going to pick up about 4 yards, get inside to 15, down to the 13-yard line. This Falcon offense, they have some size up front, and they have a tremendous running back in Kipka. Brenny, the ability to throw solid offense. That defense plays pretty good as well. They played a pretty tough schedule throughout the year, finished at just under 500, ended up being ultimately really the 3 seed. Back to pass is going to be Brenny, rolling right, throws to the end zone, wide open, and Dane Wheeler, his 2nd touchdown reception from 13 yards out once again. Brenny to Wheeler. That's going to be at the 3:58 mark of the 1st. Foley sets up for the extra point now with Sheffers. Takes his steps back and out to the left. pretty darn good kicker here for, usually you don't see that one through with some ease, and with the extra point being good, that makes it now 14-0 in favor of the Foley Falcons. We'll come back with the Foley kickoff when we return on Nice 95.5.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. 141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Wellia Health, one of your Nice 95.5 sponsors, postseason sponsors as well. Glad to have them on board. Trying to kind of take a look back through the years a little bit as Foley and Spectrum don't really play all that often, but Spectrum, last time they played them was October 6th of 2023 is what it looks like. Foley winning that one 46-0. Spectrum, the number 2 seed coming into today's action, had the first round bye. Otherwise, they had 2 seasons of winless seasons, back-to-back years. So some success this year as they end up with 6 wins throughout the course of the regular season. Ball's going to come down for Simonovic. He's going to let that one bounce into the end zone, and the Sting will have it back out at the 20-yard line once again. Taking a look at some of the history of the Sting. They were 5-4 back in 2022, though, losing to Foley in the postseason that time, 38-12. But otherwise, a pretty successful season there, finishing 5-8 during the regular season. But the Foley Falcons defeating them the last couple of times they played. But Sting coming in with the higher seed, which is why the game is down here in Elk River tonight. First down and 10 here for the Sting as they start once again in their own territory at the 20-yard line. Second one that's gone out of the back of the end zone. Pitch to the near side. Carlson trying to be able to get the edge. He's going to be pushed out of bounds by Tyler Thurston as well as others. Pickup of a handful. We'll mark it up to about the 26-yard line. Gain of 6, second down and 4 here for the Sting. Falcons are getting some pretty decent penetration into the backfield. Problem is that the Sting are able to get outside of that, and the Sting are getting a decent seal on that edge, forcing the Falcons to kind of go around that and kind of chase from behind. So the Falcons can get upfield a little bit better and a little bit more around that corner. I think they could be able to stop these for maybe no gain or in the backfield. Sims in the backfield, checking over at the sideline for some adjustments as he resets the entire offense. Shotgun snap. He's going to go right up the middle. A little bit of running room there as he's able to blast across the 30 to 35, pushing that pile forward to about the 37, almost 38-yard line. Gain of 11 and a first down for the Sting. So it'll be a first down for the Sting. Their last possession, they were able to move the ball a little bit. The first possession, they had 2 negative plays and then a handoff that was botched that initially looked like Simonovic was going to be able to get it back, but he slid past it when he tried to fall on it, and Foley got it on the 6-yard line. A couple plays later going in to score. Last possession, though, Sting able to move the ball a little bit, picked up 2-3 first downs. Ultimately an interception. Gives it back to Foley and another touchdown for the Falcons, which gives us the 14-0 score we have right now. Shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff off the left side. Gain of a couple. Will bring up a second down at 8. Play comes in from the sideline for Sims. Under 2 minutes to play here, first quarter, minute 57 and counting. Glad you could join us out on Nice 95.5, wherever you may be. We'll check in with Ethan Game Day Gilman as well as others on some of the scores around our area. Earlier, Randolph was beating Rush City at halftime. Try to get an update on that one. Simonovic could get the handoff coming through the formation over to the near side. Be brought down as he's going to be just short of the first down as they're going to mark that one tip to the 45-yard line. Be a 3rd and 1. So now an opportunity here for the Falcons to be able to kind of flex a little bit and be able to maybe stop them. Of course, the Spectrum Sting on the opposite side of that, they have an opportunity to be able to keep moving the ball and be able to enforce their will just a little bit and getting 1 yard. Sims in the backfield, full reshuffle. And when I mean full reshuffle, the center stays, and that's about it. They moved the left guard and tackle. They moved everybody back and forth to the opposite side of what they were. Shotgun snap. He's going to go right up the middle. Little bit of contact, but he's able to run through that and fall forward up to the 50-yard line, just shy of the 50-yard line, marking it to 49. That'll be a gain of enough, about 4, to be able to get that first down for the Sting. 43 seconds remain in the first quarter clock. Likely to be able to get one more play off before the clock wears off. I think that they actually have to run the play. As the Sting come to line now with 23 seconds remaining. Sims set in the shotgun, puts a man in motion. Shotgun snap comes. It's going to hit the motion man. Simonovich came through from left to right, and the shotgun snap hit him as it came through. Not sure if that was supposed to be a jet sweep or what it was, but the snap came through and it hit the motion man. And the third possession that ends in a turnover for the Sting gives the ball right back over to the Falcons just inside midfield. They'll be at the Sting 47-yard line. And for a number 2 seed at a 6-2 record, this has got to be a frustrating pitch to the far side. Final play of the quarter. Kipka, he's going to throw this one. Lobs it up, looking for Dane Wheeler. He's going to drop it just inside the 10-yard line. It dropped in the breadbasket, but he kind of bobbled it a little bit, and it ran away from his fingertips just at the last second. That would have been the third touchdown reception for Dane Wheeler had he been able to bring that one in cleanly, and it would have been 20-0. But that one slips through the fingertips, and it'll bring incomplete pass. It'll leave 4 seconds up on the quarter. So we'll have to wait just a few more seconds before we move our way into the second quarter. Brenny under center. Deep back this time is going to be DeMars. DeMars bounces it over to the near side. Huge hole off the left side. He's into the secondary, inside the 35 to the 31-yard line. That will be the final play of the first quarter, and that will take us to the first quarter break. 14-0 in favor of the Foley Falcons. You're listening to Falcon Football here on Nice 95.5.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Pine Insurance Agency, one of our many sponsors, Sports Boosters. I want to appreciate all of them and all that they do for our local community as we work our way through the first half of action. 1 quarter in the books, 14-0 on what has been, it feels like a very even game from the standpoint of, I think that Spectrum at a 6-2 record and having a successful year, they're able to move the ball a little bit on offense and are being able to stand kind of toe-to-toe to a certain extent. Handoff's going to be Kipka. He'll get to the linebacker level, be spun around, and going to be brought down by the Sting. Sorensen brings down Kipka on that one, but not before he picks up 5. But the turnovers have been really what has changed this game. First possession, a fumble, 13-yard touchdown pass for Foley. Second possession, an interception, followed up by another 13-yard touchdown pass. Third possession for this thing results in another fumble on a jet sweep snap to a shotgun set that hit the motion man, got kicked away, and gave it back over to the Foley Falcons. Pitch over to the near side. That's going to be a short gain, maybe of 1. It'll bring up now a 3rd and 4 for the Falcons. Change of quarters now. The Falcons going towards the south end zone, now going from left far corner, the southeast corner of the field from where I'm located, kind of kitty corner from my location. It is blowing still kind of more crossways. Kipka is going to go left side. He's going to work his way back towards the middle, and what I've always been impressed with Kipka, he's got that burst when he gets into the secondary, gets into the open space, but the ability that he has to work without that much space is very impressive. He doesn't go down easy. You can't just arm tackle him. You can't just shoulder tackle him. You have to fully wrap him up and bring him down as he gets another first down here for the Falcons. He has been a very impressive running back here for this Falcons squad. 10:20 to play, second quarter of action. Falcons to the line. Tight end each side this time. It's going to be Kipka in the middle. Spins off of one tackler, cuts the other direction. Quick little jab step. Goes the other direction, bowls over a linebacker, and he's going to be brought down by that linebacker. But he's able to fall forward on the play. Looking over at the Foley sideline. Decent roster, decent depth over there for this Foley Falcon squad. Running in a couple of players, 2-3 players. Basically every single play over there. But they have the training staff and the coaching staff kneeled down. Kind of when you get to the 30-yard line, not able to go any further. And so they're all knelt down to be able to allow good sight lines for everybody else right up against that. Be a 2nd down and 3 here for the Falcons. They go off the right side, and it's going to be a short gain for DeMars. Maybe a yard gain. Maybe call it 2nd and a long 3, if you will, or 3rd and a long 3 with 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. 14-0 in favor of the Falcons at this point, looking to be able to put another touchdown on the board after a sting turnover. Brenny brings them to the line. Wing left, 2 wide receivers to the left. Pitch is going to be to Kipka. He's going to use those blockers out to that far side. Flag comes flying in from the deep backfield. That's going to be in the area of holding. And I think it is going to be holding as it's a big gain off that left side, but it's all going to be for naught as it'll come all the way back. We'll move that back again. 10 yards. Quick check in with Bram and Mountain Iron Buell. 6-6 at the end of the first. Adam Hefty on the call of that one. If you're looking to find out what game we're going to be at, go over to kbk.com/broadcast schedule or wcmpradio.com/broadcast schedule. List of the games all there. Games today, Randolph at Rush City, Mountain Iron Buell at Bram, and then later tonight, North Branch at Hermantown. So definitely be able to check out all of those games. Adam Hefty with Mountain Iron Buell on 100.9 WCMP. Rush City on 106.5 WCMP. Deep pass over the middle. Dane Wheeler off his fingertips in the end zone. What a beautiful strike there by Brenny. He threw that one over the middle. He had all sorts of time to be, but it just went off the fingertips. Couldn't quite bring it in. That's been the 2 of them now for Wheeler that he just couldn't quite bring in. He has been right there to be able to haul in what would be his 3rd touchdown of the day. Already a huge day receiving here for the wide receiver for Foley. Falcons are going to go for it on 4th down. They're kind of in that tough spot of the field. Back to pass. End zone coming back after that one is Wheeler, and that one's going to fall incomplete. And the Falcons are going to give it up on downs, not able to score. They had a couple of opportunities. The first play after the turnover was kind of a halfback pass. Kipka trying to be able to pitch that one downfield. and not able to quite. And then another pass towards the end zone for Wheeler. Just glanced off his fingertips right at the end there. So a couple of plays, it just not quite connecting, but the Falcons give it up on downs. Sting will have it now at their own 23-yard line, see if they can get something going on offense. And by going something consistent on offense, as Mitchell takes the pass there from Sims off to the right side, trying to be able to get that ball out into some space. They don't want to really, does not appear that they want to really run between the tackles or keep the ball inside. They want to get it out on the edge and be able to let their playmakers be able to do some stuff. And I like the idea of the offense, trying to be able to work away from the middle. And I guess I don't know enough about Spectrum Sting football to be able to know if this is what they normally do. But the Foley Falcons got two big interior tackles, three really interior linemen there on the defense that really disrupt things on the inside. That one's going to be pitched over to the near side, run down by a pair on the outside, including DeMars and number 79, Mason Roski. Bring up a 3rd and 10 now, as that one ultimately went for no gain. Again, it was a really good push up front and into that backfield by Elijah Diger. They mentioned that that front for this Foley Falcons squad is stout and tough to deal with. Spectrum overloads the right side. A pair of wide receivers and a running back over to that far side. Sims pumps once, rushes on. He gets flushed out to the right side. Ball knocked away. The ball's out again. It's on the ground. Diger falls towards it. It slipped out of his hand. Everybody hog-piling on the far side of the field. Foley pointing that they have it. It is going to be Foley ball. 4 straight turnovers for the Spectrum Sting. And the Falcons will get it right back. They gave it up on downs on their previous one. Now they're going to get the ball right back again. Ball at the 20-yard line. And a pretty decent offense. If you take away the turnovers, it's been a decent enough offensive performance for this Spectrum squad. They're going to take a timeout here to be able to chat about it. 14-0, though. Foley has the ball at the Spectrum 20-yard line. We'll come back here to Elk River on Nice 95.5.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need for a limited time. When you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle in Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit cfmotousa.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Elk River. Spectrum Sting playing host to the Foley Falcons. 6:47 remaining here in the first half of play. A little jet sweep action coming over to the near side now for the Foley Falcons. Juke step there by Von Murphy. Didn't catch the number of the player that went down there, but he tried to put his heel in the ground and kind of burned out, and Von Murphy able to put the Jets back on and work his way around that outside again. And picks up 3 yards. He was trapped in the backfield, but that little juke move again put the brakes on, and when the defender tried to stop, his foot just gave out from underneath him. Bring up now a 2nd down and 7 uniforms, silver helmets, blue numerals, black and blue pants. Handoff Kipka. He's going to be run down. Tackle made by Mitchell on the far side, able to make that play, got through, and is able to slow him. He tried to spin away from it, and he's been able to do that very effectively, but that was a very sure-handed tackle to limit the damage. Not much doing on that play. Kipka, the lone setback. Brenny takes the snap, pitches over to the near side, a little bit behind, but is able to come up with it. Cuts the ball upfield inside that left side. Almost went down, stays on his feet, pushing towards the 10-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down. I think he'll be just short. It'll bring up a third down play for the Falcons. Correction, that was third down. It'll bring up a fourth down play. Trying to be able to move that ball close to that 10-yard line and well inside the red zone there on the near side of the field, kind of the far side of the field. If I say far side of the field, I apologize because I'm at the 30-yard line near one end zone, and so they're at the opposite end of the field, but they are on the near side hash, the right hash, if you will. 5:15 to go. Brenny, he's going to fake the handoff, rolls to his left, tried to throw it to the outside, tried to be able to get that one to Rasmussen. It is batted down out of midair, knocked away by the Sting. And the incomplete pass is a turnover on downs, and the Sting get it right back. Ball will be at the 12-yard line. That's where the Sting will take back over. Now 5:08 to play here in the second quarter. Almost the end of the first half here. We'll check in with Ethan Game Day Gilman and Adam Hefty as well. Try to be able to get some score updates from some of the other games around our local area. Mountain Iron Buell and Bram were tied at 6 previously, and Rush City and their matchup at the time was a big lead by the opposite team. See if we can't get a quick check-in on that. At 12 as a couple 2-3 yard loss on the play. Still 6-6 here for Mountain Iron Buell and Bram. Now the Rangers, no, I take it back. It is now just the app updated on me there. The Rangers have now opened up a 20-6 lead over the top of the Bombers. And now the ball is out again for the Sting, but I think they fall on it again. The ball hits the ground, and it has been a tough day for the Sting being able to keep possession of the ball. Trying to be able to get that set in their own territory, get anything going. 4 minutes remaining. Quick check of the Rush City and Randolph game. Fourth quarter, 30-6 in that matchup. As we are now a 3rd and 20 for the Sting. They're inside their own 5-yard line, and so at this point you just want to be able to hold on to possession, but the Falcons, they are smelling blood in the water. They bring pressure out the far side. Flushed out of the pocket. Sims is going to throw to the far side. It'll be incomplete, just out of the reach of Simonovich. It'll bring up a 4th down, and now a 4th and 20 with the snap for a potential punt. The punter might be right on the edge of the end zone. We've seen some pretty good punts. We've seen some pretty good setups, but we've also seen some adventures where the snap is a little bit high, and Spectrum Sting really have no margin for error here. Now as the return man, Carter Liberta, is going to drop back, but he's only going to be at his own 30-yard line. And now we're going to get Spectrum taking another timeout. That is going to be their 3rd and final timeout. Usually first half timeouts to try to get set for the punt situation. Whatever it was, they didn't like what they seen on the play. 14-0 is the lead for the Foley Falcons here in the second quarter of play. 3:26 remain up on the score clock on the southeast corner of the end zone here at the Spectrum Sports Complex, home of the Sting. Have a baseball field off kind of behind me. I'm not sure if that's off to the behind me there. A couple of softball fields on the far side, some soccer goals out there. Really nice facility here. A lot of green grass, a lot of places to be able to have different types of games or different types of practices. We do have a locker room and a hockey rink off to our right as we are nearing kind of that winter sports season as well. 4th down play now. Snap into the end zone, and it might have been tipped or blocked there by the Falcons. That's going to go out of bounds well inside Spectrum territory as the official works his way up, and the other official points to where he thought it went out. And it's going to be at the Spectrum 21-yard line, and kind of a tough night. We talked about this a couple weeks ago in one of the other games that I covered, that one a punt, and being able to get that punt away. Yes, it's not a great punt. Got to the 20. 5 possessions, 4 turnovers for Spectrum. So to be able to get to a 4th down and actually punt the ball away, in a way, was a success. They did fumble the ball during that possession, but they were able to get it back. And now the Falcons will have it at the Spectrum 21-yard line. Pickup of 3 will bring up a 2nd down and 7 just inside the 21-yard line. Under 3 minutes to play, so the Falcons don't have to. Brenny surveys the defense, crouches down, gets under center, back to pass. Nice pickup on that far side. Pitch is going to be to the end zone, and Dane Wheeler with his 3rd touchdown of the day. That one not going to be 13 yards, though. 2 of them were from 13 yards. This one from 17 yards out. And that makes it 20-0 in favor of the Falcons. What a first half there for Dane Wheeler and Brenny. Carson Brenny putting it out there, and as I mentioned, really, there was 2 other options that almost were completed for touchdowns as well. But nonetheless, the Falcons take a commanding 21-0 lead here in the first half. We still have 2:37 before the halftime break. We'll come back with the Falcon kickoff when we return to Elk River on Nice 95.5.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air-conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Northland Boiler Sales. I want to thank them for joining us on the broadcast as well, as we are starting to get kind of towards that winter sports season, that kind of wintry season, heating season. We just turned the furnace on at home. Try to keep that off as long as we could, but it's getting to be about that time. The temperatures tend to stay a little bit cooler, so time to move from just some space heaters to keep a little bit of warmth and now to the full furnace. And so likely that thing will run between now and end of March, mid-April maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Listened to a presentation the other day from a gentleman from NOAA, the National Weather Service, and talked about maybe a slightly cooler winter overall, but definitely a snowier winter. And so we'll have to see how that ends up playing out. But that's kind of what he was thinking coming into winter. But they also said likely backloaded like it has been the last couple of years. As the Falcons go to kick off, ball's going to drift over towards the near sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. And the fumble, interception, fumble, and punt have been the 5 possessions for the Sting to this point. 2:37 to go, first half of action from the Spectrum Athletic Complex. Southeast, maybe more east. I guess I don't know how far south in Elk River we really are, but it is kind of that east side of our southeast edge of Elk River here at the charter school in Spectrum. First and 10 now at the 35-yard line. Spectrum will have it, 2:37, no timeouts as they have used all three of them now. Trying to be able to get something going on offense. They've been able to move the ball a little bit, but they have struggled to keep the ball as, again, they have 4 turnovers, and I think the ball's on the ground already. Pushed out of bounds along this near side as the ball skipped away. I think it was Simonovich that came through on the handoff but didn't get it cleanly. And as he was being pursued, he just dove and pushed it out of bounds. So it'll be a loss of about 8 for Spectrum. And things are just difficult holding on to the ball for the Sting. If they're able to hold on to the ball, as I mentioned, they have been able to move the ball against this Foley defense. They do have a pretty decent offense. They have an interesting attack. They like to get the ball out in space. They have some athletes who can be able to do some stuff. But it has just been an absolute disaster trying to be able to hold on to the ball in the first half. So see if they're able to figure that out as we work our way towards the second half. Sims in the shotgun. He's going to take the direct snap. He'll keep it himself. Works off the right side. We do have a flag that pops out from the offensive backfield. Be about a 7-yard gain close to the original line of scrimmage. However, it is going to be a personal foul chop block on. So even though they gained 7 yards, it's going to go backwards from there. That's going to be a tough move now as you go from second, what would have been, or what was second and 17 with the penalty, adds another 15 to that. So now it's going to be second and 30. So that is a tough push there, and now we're going to get a timeout call by the Foley Falcons. As it's a correction, it's not second and 30. Second and 32 here for the Sting. And they take a timeout. Foley wants to talk about it a little bit. 2:26 to go here in the first half. Falcons maybe trying to be able to get the ball back here before the end of the first half. We'll come back with some more first half action from Elk River when we return on Nice 95.5.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom. Sting come to the line now. Second and 32 after the personal foul penalty. They reshuffle their entire offense, and now they're going to go with kind of that swing and gate type of offense. They only have 2 linemen offense over to this near side. Sims is going to pitch it over to this near side. Carlson trying to go the other direction. He's smothered in the backfield, and I think he's going to lose 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 34. As the Spectrum Sting, we talked about a little bit a few moments ago about the fact that they were able to move the ball rather effectively, but it has been kind of a struggle here the last couple of possessions, the last 2 possessions at least. Their first one didn't go very well. The next 3, they were able to get a couple 2-3 first downs on each one of those possessions, but their previous possession and their current possession have consistently went backwards, and now the Sting face a 3rd and 36. And now they're wanting a little adjustment to the clock. .220 is what they put on the clock as the Falcons, again, using their timeouts to be able to get the ball back. I think Spectrum just wants to try to get the ball moving to be able to get the clock moving. But Ball inside the 10-yard line of Spectrum. Shotgun set, only a 3-man rush, but the linebackers fill into those gaps there quickly as Spectrum moves the ball and hands it off over to the right side. Foley will take an immediate timeout after a pickup of about 7 or 8. Ball up close to the 20-yard line. We'll mark it actually a pickup of 10 and a little slow to be able to get up on that far side of the field. I think he was carrying the ball. 2:11 to go up on the clock, and the Foley Falcons have used all 3 of their timeouts, so the clock will continue to run after this. Well, it'll stop for the change of possession, I should say, but after that, no more timeouts remaining for either squad, and so it'll stop at that point. But with 2:11 to play, the Falcons take their final timeout, but also an injured player for Spectrum. While they attend to him, we will step away. We'll be back here on Nice 95.5.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Birchin's A&W in Pine City. Want to appreciate them and all they do for us. Great place to be able to go get some food. Oh my goodness, I might try to make my way over there later on tonight. I got to go to a birthday party, but this afternoon, maybe into part of the evening, but depending on timing, I might try to make my way over there. Kind of live about 10 miles from that. A good old Papa Burger with bacon just sounds tremendous. Absolutely fantastic. Now I'm talking myself into it. Too many food commercials on this station. What are we doing here? 2:11 to play here. First half of action from Spectrum Sports Stadium, southeast edge of Elk River. Now as the Sting face a 4th and 28. And they're going to set up to punt. Sims will be the punter. They have had a fairly large lack of success on offense here. Now rushes on. Sims has to step away. He's able to kick that ball away. Bouncing ball is going to be taken by Luberta back at the 45-yard line. Able to slip past one man. Gets a couple of blocks. Works his way over to the far side. 30, 25, 20. One more man to beat, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Just shy of the 10-yard line, but a risky play by Luberta. He picked that up as he had one of the coverage men right in his face. But he scooped that one up and took off to the left once he was able to beat that first man. Got the edge, and he's able to get a pretty solid return down to about the 14-yard line is where they're going to mark him out of bounds. I think he said 17, or at least the announcer did, but that looks like it's about the 12-yard line, so I have to double-check that math on that one, see where they end up spotting that one. I don't really have a very good angle. I'm a little bit more field level than I normally am. Not quite as high as what I normally am, but nonetheless, it is going to be a first down play that gets inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line, and it'll bring up a third down or a 2nd and 3. Shotgun set now for Brenny. Crouches down, looks to pass. Passes over to the right. Pass is complete and brought down at about the 1-yard line. Von Murphy able to make the reception. They're going to stop the clock just to be able to reset the chains. So they'll get the stick set, and then they will wind the clock. Don't have to necessarily rush for the Falcons, as it is a first and goal at the 2-yard line. Now with 1:10 remaining, so Brenny quickly up under center. Going to hand the ball off. Kipka left side. Touchdown. So we were going to hear Kipka's had a couple of really large explosive runs throughout the course of the game today. And that one now capping off a short drive. And with 59 seconds remaining in the half, it is now 27-0 pending the Falcon extra point from Sheffers. Snap a little bit high, able to get it down. Kick is up and good. And it's a 28-0 lead for the Foley Falcons. Final minute of play here from the first half in Elk River. We'll be back with the Foley kickoff on Nice 95.5.
Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey, guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like getting to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn and Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand? And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo. Ha, thanks, boys. I went to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Okay. I do love Almost Yours Gun and Pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Nice 95.5, Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Elk River. Remind you, you're listening to KBK 95.5 FM, Mora, Pine City, Foley local radio. Ball comes down, skips down about the 10-yard line. Simonovich is going to have to play this one. Correction, that's Carlson back there. Simonovich is off with the injury. Carlson will have to pick that one up. He'll get up to about the 16-yard line, but that one he thought was maybe going to just skip out of bounds, and it kind of hit on the tip of the ball and just died like a sand wedge coming into a green. Not any one that I've ever hit, but what I've seen on TV at least. And that ball just kind of died and stopped right there. So Carlson had to quickly pick that one up and rush it upfield. So Spectrum will have it now at their own 16-yard line, and I think this is probably going to be just an effort to get out of the half more than anything. As with 55 seconds left, neither team has any timeouts, but it has been a rough first half for the Spectrum Sting as far as being able to keep the ball. Snap is going to come back for Sims. He's going to keep it himself, works off to the right side. He'll be tackled in the backfield and lose a couple of yards. Let the clock run. They'll probably have to run one more play before we get to the halftime break. 30 seconds remain up on the clock before we get to that break. Stick with us during the halftime break. We'll try to bring you some scores and information. Check in on some of those other games. At least the two of the games, the last check, it has kind of gone a little bit south for our local squads. We'll have to see if the Ram Bombers and Rush City Tigers able to get a little bit more of a comeback going in some of their games. The handoff goes off left side, and with 5 seconds remaining, a 3rd and 12 will not even be played. There goes the 000s up on the clock, and that'll be the end of the first half of play. From Elk River at Spectrum Sports Complex, the Foley Falcons lead it at halftime over the top of the Spectrum Sting, 28-0. We'll come back with the halftime break when we return to Spectrum on Nice 95.5.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things out patio installations. We've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
All right, guys, when you get into the end zone, I want a big celebration. Maybe the gritty?
Nah, the Dirty Bird.
Ready, break.
This or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are also choices. Find guidance from the professionals at Methven Funeral Homes, church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, or even cremation. Methven has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methven Funeral Services in Mora, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvenfuneralhome.com.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Don't worry.
Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are iCar and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money.
And Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
I'm Ebony. I'm Megan.
And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine. Whether you're looking for bold color,
fresh cuts, or laid-back vibes,
we're all about hair that feels like you.
At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
There's always room for you at Dapper and Divine. How would you like to get a brow wax for free? Mention this ad with Annie Coloring, free brow wax city across from the bottle shop.
Nice 95.5, Andy Beckstrom on hand back here in Elk River at the Spectrum Sports Complex. Glad you could join us for today's broadcast of Foley Falcon football. It is 28-0 in favor of the Falcons here at halftime as it started off right away for the Falcons in the first half. Just a tough half for the Spectrum Sting. They're the number 2 seed with a 6-2 record coming into tonight's game. But they have struggled to be able to maintain possession of the ball. They were able to move the ball rather effectively when they were able to keep it, but they have 4 first-half turnovers in their possessions. They finished the ball with the ball at the end, but so I don't know that 7th possession really necessarily counts. But their first 4 possessions went fumble, interception, fumble, fumble, and then the final 2 possessions, punt, punt, and then, as I mentioned, just 2 plays to run out the final 55 seconds of the first half. So kind of a tough side, though they definitely took advantage of the opportunities that were given to them in that first half. After the first fumble that was deep inside Spectrum territory, kind of a botched handoff that the running back thought he was going to just jump on top of. Actually, a handful of the Falcons didn't really even go after the ball because the running back was a couple yards out in front of him. When he went down to be able to get the ball, it just kind of like slipped underneath him and squirted away from him. Ultimately, that ball and get that possession over for the Falcons. They put that one in. 13-yard pass from Brenny to Wheeler. Wheeler, a monster first half. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. Extra point good. 8:55 of the first made it 7-0. Interception on the next play as the Spectrum Sting tried to throw a ball over the middle. Ended up getting tipped and kind of batted around a little bit. Thought it was knocked down, but it was actually knocked down into the hands of Rasmussen, who is a tight end on offense and plays a little line there. And the Falcons back in business at their own 41-yard line. They moved the ball down rapidly after a 42-yard gain from Kipka, who did ultimately make it into the end zone, but mostly just had a ton of yards in the first half on the ground. Ultimately, that one ends up being a second 13-yard touchdown pass from Brenny to Dean Wheeler. He had 2 in the first half. He had a chance to be able to come away with more than that. He did 4th on one play that was to the end zone that just glanced off his fingertips. Ball a little bit high, but it wasn't bad. It just couldn't quite bring that one in on the high pass. Fumble after the next possession as the Spectrum Sting got it back. They put a man in motion from left and right, and left to right had to try to be able to get something set up with like a jet sweep type of action, but the shotgun snap came and hit the man in motion, and that giving that one up on downs. Spectrum fumbled it once again on their next possession. Falcons gave it up on downs, but then the things... I'm not going to say improved because I don't know that it's better necessarily, But the next two possessions for the Spectrum Sting, it ended up resulting in punts, but they didn't turn it over. So I guess that's maybe a step in the right direction, but you're still giving up possession. But you at least can control a little bit of where you give it up, as they're able to at least try to kick that one away. First punt came down, and the Falcons took it at the Spectrum 21-yard line as the rush was on from the Falcons. And they almost blocked that one in the end zone. Ultimately ended up being a 17-yard run or a pass play from Brenny to Wheeler. That at that point, with 2:32 to play in the second quarter, extra point made it 21-0. 3 and out for the clock, but the Falcons utilized all 3 of their timeouts. They hadn't used any of them to that point. They used all 3 of their timeouts to be able to try to limit the clock movement to that point in time. They end up getting a punt that comes down, and a little risky move there by Luberta, who picked it up at the 45-yard line. Even though he had somebody from the Sting right in his face, he was able to juke past that one, picked up a couple of blocks, ran it all the way down into the Spectrum territory, down to the 17-yard line. And a 27-0 lead. Extra point made it 28-0, and that's where we stand here at halftime. We'll talk a little bit about some of the other games going around our local area when we return here to Elk River on a windy afternoon in Spectrum Sports Complex when we return on Nice 95.5.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Power of attorney, wills, healthcare, funeral and cremation directives, and other issues seem overwhelming. Plan for those ahead of time. Join residents called Food and Funerals, Tuesday the 21st in Mora at 11:30 or 6. Learn from a panel of local experts and realize that most things are fairly simple and affordable if taken care of ahead of time. Food and Funerals, a free event. Reserve your spot today. 320-679-1822.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Honeymoon, here we come! Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey Jen, you got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends 7 till 2.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ask Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage, and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Nice 95.5. Andy Backstrom on hand back here in Elk River Spectrum Sports Complex, southeast corner of the Elk River area, as we get some of the teams kind of making their way back out a little bit. 100 seconds remain on the halftime clock, but then they'll also put another 3 minutes up there for the mandatory 3-minute warm-up time. The Falcons have made their way out to the far sideline. They mostly just went to the outfield of the adjacent baseball field off to the far side of where we're located to kind of do their halftime speech. So the players mostly just kind of staying out in the elements. Not a bad day. It's about 50 degrees, I think, is what I had checked earlier. Problem is the breeze, east, and so it's not a cold breeze per se, but at the same time, it is definitely not a warm breeze. That is for sure. I had my hands in my pockets for the majority of the game, and where I have a winter jacket, a really thick winter jacket that I usually wear for hockey games, and I keep that in my car for. Generally, I don't wear it normally as a winter jacket. Mostly just wear it when I'm covering juniors hockey in East Bethel or wherever I may be for that. But it's kind of coming in handy as a nice little blanket, if you will, right now. And so trying to stay a little bit warm here on the sidelines. I figured I'd be inside, so didn't prepare for the elements. So I guess maybe that's probably on me for not fully preparing. But sometimes you never know what you're going to have, and normally end up in a press box somewhere, but it's been an adventure the last couple of years. Last year, I think I did a semifinal or a section final game in Annandale, as I believe Malacca was able to win a couple of games and get to the section final. It was a maybe section semifinal, but Annandale, one of the best teams in the state, it kind of rolled in that game to a certain extent, but nonetheless, get there and there was no power at all, and so we had to do the game with basically kind of generator power, mostly kind of by cell phone, and eventually it kind of came up or whatever. We were able to kind of figure it out, but it was a little bit of a challenge there too. So sometimes you never really know what you're going to get when you come out to the ballpark, and so try to prepare for everything. Quick check around the area of some of the other scores and information that some of the games that have wrapped up already. Randolph taking down Rush City 38-12 in that game. Ethan Game Day Gilman on the call of that one. So unfortunately, the Rush City Tigers football is done for the year. And the other game going on at the same time, Adam Hefty is in Bram with Mountain Iron Buell in Bram. And it is 20-6 at halftime in favor of Mountain Iron Buell. At this point, that one over, I believe, at hopefully to be able to get a little bit of a comeback there by the Bombers. If nothing else, we do have a pretty solid lead here for the Falcons, who have not allowed a touchdown at all in the first half to the Sting, including in that also 4 turnovers by the Sting. We'll see what the Sting can do here in the second half if they're able to maintain possession just a little bit better than they did in that first half. Try to be able to get something going on offense. The couple of times they were able to get the fumble back, but they gave up just a ton of yards. At one point, they had a 3rd and 36 that they were facing, and so been kind of a tough night for the Spectrum Sting out here at the ballpark at the Spectrum Sports Complex. A little more than a minute here remaining before the second half kickoff is going to get underway, so we'll let the teams finish warming up, and we'll come back for the second half of play We return back here to Elk River for Falcon football on Nice 95.5.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service? A celebration of life in a chapel? Maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Metvin Funeral and Cremation Services has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decision now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Metvin Funeral Home in Mora, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at metvinfuneralhome.com.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom on hand, probably a couple miles away from Spectrum High School. The Spectrum Sports Complex, home of the Spectrum Sting, as they play host to the Foley Falcons on Section 5 AAA football Saturday. Afternoon affair here, a 2 o'clock start. And just about to get underway with the second half. First time that the Sting will kick off in today's game. It'll be Liam Dinsdale for the Sting, as they had turnovers on their first 4 possessions and back-to-back punts before their final possession technically just ran out the clock. They only had 2 plays to run out the final minute of play. Falcons scored on 4 out of their 6 possessions. They lead it 28-0, and we're underway as the ball takes a high skip on kind of a pseudo onside kick. Kipka will bring this one back to about the 30-yard line, and that's where he'll be tackled. First possession of the second half. Falcons will have it going from left to right. They are in their road white uniforms, silver helmets, blue numerals, black pants with blue trim. The Sting will be defending the south end zone where that chilly wind is coming from. They're in their black uniforms, black head to toe, black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, white numerals, and some green and white trim kind of here and there. Shotgun snap. Back for Brenny. Wing back coming through is going to be Kipka. Works his way to the left side. He's going to push his way forward for a gain of a yard up to the 31. Will bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Falcons. I've not seen a couple of the Sting players that have come off due to injury. We've been kind of watching that a little bit. Both of the Simonovich players, Tyler Simonovich and Brandon Simonovich, came off. Brandon, I can see him just in a blanket, kind of cuddled up on the far side of the near side over off to my right here. He's trying to be able to stay warm there, but not wearing any of his pads at this point in time. The other Simonovich does appear to be back in the game. He is back in a corner position, so he did come off with injury, but he is able to come back into the game. I think that's most of what we had for injuries in that first half was just the 2 of them that had to come off, but one of them was able to make a return. Second down play went for a couple yards off the left side. Now it'll be an I formation behind Brenny facing a 3rd and 6. Brenny rolls out to his right, pitches over to the near side, pass is complete. It's going to be into the hands of Porter Laurer. Spins away from one tackle, and he's able to pick up a first down. He's going to be near midfield. The pass was right at about the sticks, and it almost looked like he was going to drop it, and it kind of squirted out of his hands just a little bit. And hold on, he spins out of that tackle, pushes his way forward a little bit, and he's able to pick up a Falcon first down. Ball will be up to about the 48-yard line, moving from left to right. As the Falcons come to the line, wide receiver each side. Brenny gets the handoff, or gives the handoff, I should say, off the right side to Parker David into the ball game for the Falcons. As I mentioned before, they rotate in multiple different players kind of as quickly as they can. There's 2-3 players on pretty much every single possession, as here comes Kipka and Dane Wheeler, as well as Liam Brofault. 9:43 and counting here in the third quarter of play. Apologize for any of the wind. I am out of doors this time on top of, I think on top of the concession stand, a little snack shack area. Not super high, and also outside. Handoff's going to be once again over to the near side. David, flag's going to come in on this near side, and kind of in the area of almost maybe holding on the outside. We'll have to wait and see for the call if that was holding or maybe a face mask right in front of the official. It happened right there in front of him. And it is going to be holding on the Falcons. So what was going to be a pickup of about 7 is going to be a penalty instead, and it'll move the football back in the third quarter. You'll mark it at the spot foul. So it'll be now a 2nd down and 11. Up to the line are the Falcons. Quick hitter over to the far side, up over the top of a leaping defender. Able to get that one pass complete on the edge are Sheffers. Sheffers cuts up field, is able to make another man miss, and he gets pushed out of bounds just short of a first down. About the 41-yard line, maybe 42-yard line of Spectrum. Close to another first down. 8:45 to play here in the third quarter of action. 28-0 in favor of the Foley Falcons on the heels of 4 turnovers in 5 AAA. Foley trying to be able to push their way into the section championship and take on, assumedly, Annandale. Handoff's going to go off the left side, and it's going to be bruising running there by Kipka. It'll be a first down. He only needed a half a yard, and he picked up about 8. 8:15 and counting here in the third quarter. Update the scoreboard here on my YouTube feed. Again, we are also streaming all of these games. No video streaming, just audio streaming, but nonetheless the audio is out there. Brenny able to escape the rush over to the near side. Tried to throw that one up in the air, and it hit off the hands of Rasmussen, but as he was coming down with it, the ball also hit the helmet of one of the defenders that was coming up to try to knock it away. Ball pops free. It'll be an incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to find out what games we're going to be at. We do have one more game on the slate this evening. And some more football action. Head on over to kbuk.com/broadcast schedule or wcmpradio.com/broadcast schedule into that secondary, and again just spinning and pushing and spinning and just keeps moving forward or backwards, I guess, depending on which way he spun, but he just keeps moving until you wrap him up to bring him down. It'll bring up now a 3rd and 1. The other game going on later on tonight will be North Branch Hermantown football, as the Vikings look to advance. 3rd down and 1 here for the Falcons, trying to be able to get to the section championship. That one's going to be bottled up and pushed right back. Sims able to blast through there and limit the yards there for the Falcons. It'll bring up now a 3rd and short. No, correction. I guess that was 4th down. I thought it was just 3rd down on that previous one. They hadn't changed the down marker on the far side of the field. And so that was a 4th down play. So a 4th down turnover on downs on the Falcons. Falcons able to push their way deep into Spectrum territory. And Spectrum will take over at about their own 27-yard line. Carlson takes the direct snap on kind of a little bit of a wildcat type of setup. Sting like to do that. They set up in the shotgun, but then they'll snap to either the quarterback or the running back that's adjacent to him instead of snapping to just one spot and then handing it off, which after 3 fumbles in the first half might not be the worst thing ever. Way to be able to maintain possession of the ball. Carlson to the left of Sims. Hard count and trying to be able to get somebody to jump for the Falcons. And I think it is going to be a penalty on the Falcons. On a 2nd and 9, it'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Falcons for encroachment. Clock at 6:29 after the penalty. The official tried to wind the 9. Second and 4 here for the Sting as the clock now does start to wind. High snap brought down by Sims. Works his way over to the near side. He's hit right away. Deeger and then many others come in to be able to bring him down, including Kipka. Foley Falcons, for the Sting rather, trying to be able to move the ball here in this second half. They are able to move the ball a little bit, as I mentioned in the first half, but again, the turnover is just an absolute problem there in the first half, as now the full shuffle of the entire offense, and it's just wild to me. Like, usually you'll see like all of the receivers and everybody eligible be able to move around, but you don't see it often where they move the guard and tackle to be able to get a different set. Direct snap comes back for Carlson. Makes one man miss, gets it near the first down marker. Noah Brunn brings him down, and it will be a first down for the Sting, right up against the Sting sideline, right in front of us on the near sideline. Sting up to the ball. Set once again, Carlson to the left of Sims. Puts a man in motion. He takes the direct snap, goes right up the middle, and not much doing there as he's bottled up and pushed back. Again, Diger among others. A flock of Falcons coming to the ball. 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter of play. Not sure that I can quite see my car to be able to get the remote start to work from here, but might start it at the third quarter break just to get warm there in between quarters. Spectrum faces now a 2nd down and 9. 2 wide receivers to the far side. They put Carlson in motion. They'll pitch to him quickly to the outside. Falcons right on top of it, though. Have him trapped in the backfield. He's going to lose yardage. He'll lose about 4 or 5 back to the 39-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 13 for the Spectrum. $28-0 in favor of the Foley Falcons here on a, not even going to call it blustery, just windy, just breezy is really all it is, and it's not bad if you probably have just like a jacket or a blanket to be able to work with. Decent crowd on hand for both squads here in the southeast edge of Elk River. 3:48 to go here in the third quarter of play, as now we get a whistle, and I think we're going to get a timeout called by the Spectrum Sting. 28-0 in favor of the Falcons. We'll come back here to Spectrum Sports Complex on Nice 95.5.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game.
getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Spectrum, or in Elk River, rather. Spectrum Sports Complex, home of the Spectrum Sting, the number 2 seed, 6-2 record, playing host to the 5-4 now Foley Falcons. And a little swinging gate. They run 5 available out to this near side. Falcons try to be able to cover them up, but the Falcons mostly just going to try to rush up there. They're going to throw a little quick hitter near side. Fake play. It's going to be the halfback toss. It was a quick throw over to the near side, and then Carlson tried to throw it upfield. Dane Wheeler got into the backfield and kind of affected that a little bit. The pass to Mitchell ended up being underthrown just a little bit. He tried to slide back to be able to come up with it. Trick play almost went for big yardage. If he gets that one out in front, I don't think there's anybody for the Falcons back deep to be able to slow that one down. And instead, it falls just a little bit short. It'll bring up a 4th and 13. Kind of an interesting play there. They run kind of that swinging gate and kind of try to be able to get that ball onto the perimeter a couple of different times, but just have not quite been able to connect on it the way they probably have throughout the course of the year. The extra protector able to get a nice block in there as the punt comes down. Picked up by Liberta. Again, kind of a risky play. He likes to kind of wait until the last second when Spectrum maybe is on their heels a little bit. He picked that one up at about the 35-yard line, tried to make a move, but that time Simonovich right on top of him. Drops him back, a yard loss on that one. It'll be now Foley ball at their own 34-yard line. First and 10 now for the Falcons. 3:27 remaining here in the third quarter of play. We'll try to check in here after this possession with Adam Hefty and try to see if we can't get update from Bram on Mountain Iron Buell and Bram football. As the handoff trying to go to the outside there with Parker David is dropped down for a brief loss. That game with the Mountain Iron Buell Rangers and Bram Bombers in Bram 20-6 in that game in the third quarter as well. Under 3 to play here in Elk River. Back to pass now. It's near side, but a beautiful defensive play. I believe that's going to be Gavin Sims that reached his paw out there and knocked that one away from Liberta. Otherwise, that one probably is going for about an 8-9 yard gain and close to a first down, but that ball slapped away by Sims at the last second. Nice defensive play. Brings up now a third down for the Falcons. Liberta on the near side. Back to pass Brenny. He throws it deep down the near side. Von Murphy's out there. Drops it right in the bucket. He's going to be out in the open trying to be able to get away from Simonovich. And he's thrown down at the Spectrum 20-yard line. And that's where the Falcons will have it. We'll mark it down to the 18-yard line on a big pass play there. Beautifully thrown by Brenny. Von Murphy had about a 2-step lead on the defender, Simonovich. Makes the catch and holds on for the big first down. And the Falcons, once again, in business deep in Spectrum territory. Brenny, deep under center. Hands the ball off left side for Kipka. He's going to be wrapped up, but not before he falls forward for a gain of about 4 yards. Maybe close to the 15-yard line. Maybe mark it at the 15-yard line. From the angle that I have from here, a little bit of a tough angle to be able to see exactly where he's at, but that appears to be about where the ball is. I think it's at the 15-yard line. 100 seconds remain in the third quarter clock. Second down and 7 for the Falcons as they come to line, moving from left to right towards the south end zone here in Elk River. I formation behind Brenny. Brenny rolls out over to the near side, sets his feet, throws it over the middle. It's going to be picked off. It's going to be intercepted by Owen Carlson. He reached up and took that one away, intended for Tyler Thurston. But instead, it's going to be an interception and a turnover by the Falcons, and Spectrum will get it back. The first turnover of the day for the Falcons. They gave it up on downs 3 different times, but this will be their first turnover of the game. And Spectrum back out to the 21-yard line where they will take over. Being able to hold the Falcons out of the end zone. And the Falcons have, that's one thing, you could take this one 2 different ways. You could say that the Falcons, it should be even a bigger lead because they have missed out on a couple of big opportunities. But I will also say that Spectrum has taken advantage, or not necessarily taken advantage, but they have limited the opportunities that the Falcons have been able to get and what they've been able to do with them, as they have, as I mentioned, given it up on downs the last 3 possessions today, and then, of course, the interception there. Quick hitter out to Carlson on the near side on first down. It's going to end up in a first down pass. Again, they're just a little down and out, trying to be able to get it around the outstretched hands of the outside linebacker, be able to get Carlson in some space, one-on-one with the corner. Corner brings him down rapidly, but not before the first down picked up by Spectrum. Sims set in the shot. He's going to go off the right side. A little push by that offensive line. Will pick up about 2-3 yards. Bring up a 2nd down and 7 now with under a minute to play here in the third quarter of action from the Spectrum Sports Complex. Glad you could join us out here on the broadcast. Andy Beckstrom on hand for the nice 95.5 and Q Media sports team. Out in force all over the darn place. The postseason action. Section 5 AAA football here at 25 seconds. High snap over the top of Carlson, and he's just going to fall down on it. He was facing a 2nd and 7, but now it's going to be a 3rd and nearly 20. That ball went over the top of his head, and he went back after it. He turned around, took one look, and he had 2 different Falcons that were bearing down on him, so he just fell on the ball instead of trying to do something with it. It'll bring up a 3rd and, nope, they're going to adjust that down marker. It was going to be 3rd and 20. Now he is going to go back with it. Now it is going to be 3rd and 20. We'll have that for you. That'll be on the fourth quarter side of things, as we have now expired 3 quarters of play. One more quarter coming up from Elk River when we return on Nice 95.5.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit cfmotousa.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom on hand back here in Elk River. Spectrum Sting playing host to the Foley Falcons on a windy Saturday afternoon. Excuse me. Didn't bring my bottle of water up with me, too. That's just, a lot of notes on today. Back to pass is going to be Simonovich as he took the pitch out to the outside from Sims. He throws that one downfield, and it ends up being incomplete. He was trying to be able to get that one in the area of Carlson. And now we have a flag tossed at the end of the play, kind of in front of Carlson. I think this might end up being on Spectrum. I think the officials now are going to talk about this one a little bit. Not sure if there was necessarily contact on that one, but it looked like Carlson looked over and maybe said something to the official. And I think the officials are going to maybe talk about it and kind of discuss it. It is going to be a ineligible player downfield. They're going to decline that one, which will bring up a 4th down. It'll be a 4th and 20, so Spectrum will punt once again. And Foley will get it back. Liberta is going to set up shop at his own 49, just across midfield. Sims, the quarterback, takes a snap, boots this one away. Up comes Liberta, puts his hand up, but he lets it drop. It'll actually take a Foley bounce and work its way deeper into Spectrum territory. It'll be at the Spectrum 39-yard line. And that's where the Falcons will have it now. 1st and 10 for the Falcons, just underway. 4th quarter of play here from the Spectrum Sports Complex. Glad you could join us on the broadcast. Trying to make little adjustments kind of as we go to be able to keep the wind out of the microphone as best I can. Brenny back under center now for the Falcons. He's going to hand the ball off. Going up the middle as Kipka is only coming in here and there to be able to spell Parker David. As David picks up about 4 yards up to the 30. As the Falcons trying to kind of rotate a handful of different players in. Haven't really seen Liberta out on offense a whole lot, as well as DeMars. Mostly trying to save them for the defensive side of the ball. And it's going to be a handoff off the right side and a little bit of running room for Parker David as he's able to get into the secondary. He's run down now at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 11 and a 1st down for the Falcons. Falcons' last 2 possessions given up on downs and an interception, both times deep in Spectrum territory. So they are still able to move the ball, but just have struggled to be able to complete the process. Handoff goes up the middle, and another decent gain on 1st down. For the Falcons. $10:15 to play here in the ball game. Brenny back under center. Takes a snap. He's going to hand off. Going right side now. Trying to be able to cut that one up. Parker David again. Pretty decent running space on that far side. Pickup of 6. Ball down to the Spectrum 15-yard line. Falcons come to the line. Brenny under center. Splits one man out to his left. I formation behind him. David gets the handoff. He's got the 1st down. Down to the 10-yard line. He'll pick up 5. And another 1st down for the Falcons. See if it's just inside the 10-yard line or not. Whether that's going to be a 1st and I think they will give him 1st and goal right at the 10-yard line there. Falcons to the ball. Again, single wide receiver out to the left, tight end left. I formation. Tart David's going to go off the right side, trying to be able to push through. Pick up 4 down to the Spectrum 6-yard line. Second and goal now for the Falcons. Join us next week as the Falcons. I shouldn't say anything just yet. There is still 8:40 remaining in the game, but at the same time, Spectrum has not been able to move the ball tremendously well in this ball game, as well as the turnovers. Ball is on the ground, picked back up by Kipka, works his way to the far side, and he's going to be thrown down at the 5-yard line. Ends up being no gain on the play, but he lost the ball at one point in time. He held David for one play, and he fumbles the ball. It'll bring up now a 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. One of the Spectrum players comes out, kind of holding his back just a little bit. He'll be checked on. Handoff's going to go off the left side, spinning, twisting, touchdown. Kipka into the end zone, 5 yards out. able to push his way through. And Kipka, his second touchdown of the game. That touchdown at the 7:49 mark of the fourth. Now makes it 34-0. Get the extra point, make it 35-0, and then likely running time for the bulk of the remainder. Sheffers set, snap, spot, kick, and it is good. And another touchdown and an extra point. And that makes it now 35-0 in favor of the Foley Falcons. We'll have the Foley kickoff when we return back here to Elk River on Nice 95.5.
Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Here's the Pitch, one of your Nice 95.5 Q Media sponsors for the fall sports season. Want to appreciate them and everything they do for us. We go and take a couple of cuts, maybe have some fun, but at the same time, if you got a sports team going on, softball, baseball, whatever it may be, even adult league softball, go and check it out. I know that there's been a lot of some of the adult league teams that have gone out there, be able to kind of get some off-season cuts in, be able to keep those hands moving, and of course baseball going to be a handful of chilly months away, but it's coming sooner than you think. Kick's going to come out of bounds here as coming up on it. Sheffer's got a pretty good kick on it, but his heel gave out on him just as he planted his foot. His plant foot kicked out, and that ball drifts well out of bounds. Still kicked it down to about the 20-yard line, but the ball drifted on him off the foot. So now the ball at the 35-yard line for the Sting. Sting will move from left to right as they wind the clock as we are now into running time. The game should take a little less than 8 minutes at this point in time, if barring injury or timeout. Sting like to do kind of a hard set as they put a man in motion. Simonovic came through, and again, that one just barely missed him on the shotgun snap, came direct to Carlson, and again, it almost hit Simonovic. I don't mind that play setup, but when you try to snap that ball so close to the player, you end up every so often having it hit him like they did in the first quarter. Part of the first 4 possessions, the Sting turned the ball over. 3 fumbles and a punt to start the game, as the Sting just have not been able to move the ball very effectively here in this ball game. 35-0 is the lead for the Falcons. I shouldn't say they haven't been able to move the ball. They have been able to move the ball. They just haven't been able to maintain possession for the most part in the game. Shotgun snap comes for Sims. He's going to run the ball up the middle, try to be able to get a little bit of running room there. It'll be brought down by Caleb Nicely almost immediately, and it'll be maybe a gain of about 3. Get back just across the original line of scrimmage. Spectrum Sting. 6:15 remains in the ball game. Section semifinal for 5 AAA. Shotgun set. Carlson takes the direct snap, trying to work the short side of the field over to the near side. He'll be pushed out of bounds right up against the Sting sideline by Tyler Thurston. Move the ball back to the 35-yard line, so loss of that half a yard that they gained previously, and it'll bring up now a 4th and 10 in a punt situation once again for Spectrum. 5:30 to go, and don't know that they necessarily do it, but if you're the Spectrum Sting coaching staff, might be an opportunity. Maybe just go ahead and fake it just to try to get some sort of life out there. Snap comes back, and Sims is going to kick this one away. Going to go off the side of his foot. Bounds its way over to the far side. It'll come back to the 45-yard line, and Liberta again, kind of a dangerous pickup, a dangerous game to play there for Liberta, but he does pick it up, and he's tackled immediately by the Sting, brought down by Isaac Shopik. And Foley will have it at the 46-yard line, their own 46-yard line. Still keeping an eye on Bram and Mountain Iron Buell with Adam Hefty, and that one's still 26-6, so it looks like the Bombers may fall to Mountain Iron Buell, the Rangers, at home this afternoon. 4:19 to play here in Elk River. Pitch comes to the near side, trying to be able to get that edge is going to be Levi Shaw, the underclassman running back, and now we have one of the Spectrum players down on the field. Nope, he's able to pop back up, and so we'll play on. He might run off, try to be able to get. Nope, he's going to stay on the field too, so not sure if that kid plays hockey, but he's a tough kid. Wants to stay out there. Left to play up on the clock. Snap and handoff going off the right side. New quarterback out there for the Falcons, going to be Easton Wojciechowski. Handoff went to Levi Shaw out of the backfield this time. Bring up a 3rd and 15, maybe even 3rd and 14 here for the Falcons after a loss on first down and then a minimal gain on second down. Wojciechowski will send 2 off to his left, wing right. Quick hitter hitting over to the far side of the field. Off to the right is going to be complete into the hands of Jonathan Brown, but he's going to be tackled right about the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit of a loss, and it'll be a 4th down for the Falcons. And looking back across their possessions, touchdown, downs, touchdown, downs will be the first punt of the day for the Foley Falcons, but not before the Spectrum Sting take a timeout here in the second half. Stops the clock at 2:49 remaining in the ballgame. We'll step away one more time here on Nice 95.5.
Hey, Mark. I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler, it's great. I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not, customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
First punt for the Foley Falcons. This is going to be a beautiful punt. Is booted away there by Roman Rudnitsky. And it takes a huge Foley bounce. That ball bounced just shy of the 30-yard line. And when I mean shy, it was a little bit closer to the large, sharp bounce to the left. Dribbles its way this way, that way, and ultimately ends up at the 11-yard line. And so that's where the Sting will have it for one more possession. Under 2 minutes to play here in the ball game. Running time, 35-0. And it's again for the Sting, and just falling on it is the running back, Aaron Daniels, back there now for the Sting. He's just going to fall on that one to be able to kill that one as the play was kind of blown up from the get-go. 90 seconds remain in the ball game. Maybe a couple more plays, the second and third down plays, and should run out the remainder of the clock here in Elk River. most of the same starters out there say that, but Spectrum not a whole ton of rostered players out here. There is 10 players on the sideline that are dressed for the game, and there's only been about 3 of those that have made an appearance in the ball game. So not a tremendously deep roster here for the charter school, but nonetheless a 6-2 record coming into today's game, a number 2 seed in 5 AAA. Gave them a home game here in Elk River, and kind of a nice thing after a pair of winless seasons, be able to come out and get a bunch of wins during your regular season, be able to host a playoff game. And now with 33 seconds remaining in the ball game, a 3rd and 10 will likely be the final play of the Spectrum season. As Sims sets up in the shotgun once again. 2 wide receivers out to the near side. He'll put Simonovich all the way in motion from right to left. Quick hitter over to the near side. It's going to be behind the clock will expire. And that'll be the end of the ball game. Foley Falcons win it 35-0 over the top of Spectrum. They'll advance to the section championship in 5 AAA. That'll be next weekend. We'll talk a little bit about that and wrap up today's ball game here from Elk River when we return on Nice 95.5.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like
getting to Almost Yours gun and pawn and Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand. And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo.
Ha, thanks boys. I went to Almost Yours gun and pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Oh, okay.
I do love Almost Yours gun and pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Nice 95.5, Andy Backstrom on hand here in Elk River at the Spectrum Sports Complex as we are wrapping things up for a 35-0 victory by the Foley Falcons. Great performance by them. We talked a little bit about that last week, and we talked about it during the pregame tonight. You're going to see a heavy dose of Kipka, and we definitely seen a heavy dose of Kipka, but we also seen a massive dose of Brenny and Dane Wheeler. They combined for 3 touchdowns in the first half, en route to building a 28-0 lead at the halftime break. That on the heels of also 4 turnovers in the first half, 3 fumbles and an interception by the number 2 seed Spectrum Sting. They came in with the 6-2 record and getting a home game, but it kind of went for naught as the ball kind of betrayed them, I guess, a little bit in the first half. Again, 4 turnovers in the first half on Spectrum, and the Falcons able to take advantage of those opportunities. They built that 28-0 lead at halftime, and they scored again 1 more touchdown in the second half. Kipka 2 touchdowns on the ground. Wheeler and Brenny combined for 3 touchdowns through the air, and that gives us your 35-0 final. The other half of this bracket, Annandale versus Pine City. That's the 1-4 match. Heard how that is going, but Annandale, we did see them earlier this year against Malacca, and they are one of the best teams in the state, and so the Dragons definitely got their work cut out for them. I don't know that I'll get a final or a update necessarily before the game is over, but barring a massive comeback or upset, I don't know that it'd be kind of tough sledding as, again, Annandale, an absolutely tremendous ball club that is going to take a run at a state championship. But that one's going to be a section championship. That'll be on the 31st, Friday night at St. Cloud Tech High School over in St. Cloud. Done a couple of games over there. Beautiful place to be able to do some games. And that's where the Foley Falcons will be next. That'll be at 7 p.m. Next Friday. I would assume that we'll probably have somebody out on the broadcast for that one to be able to bring you Foley in a section championship. Congratulate them as they move now to 6-4 on the year after a pair of postseason victories, and want to wish everything well to the Spectrum Sting on their successful season. They finished 6-3 on the year and now turn their sights towards winter sports season, at least on the men's side. Not sure if they still have volleyball going or not, but at least as far as football is concerned, those athletes can turn towards the winter season. Beautiful sight to be able to do a ball game out here in southeast Elk River as the Spectrum Sting played host to the Foley Falcons on tonight's matchup. Other games that went on earlier today, Brant Bombers fall to Mountain Iron Buell, and Rush City falls to Randolph, and two other games in our local area. We do have one more game coming up a little bit later on tonight as North Branch plays host to Hermantown, trying to be able to get to a section championship as well. Ethan Gamedy and Gilman will be on the call that one. We hope you can join us for that. And, of course, any other game, what game we're going to be at, go to WCMPradio.com/broadcast schedule or KBEKradio.com/broadcast schedule to be able to find out more and find out where we are going to be. And every game listed there not only has the information as far as what station we're going to be on, but it also is a direct link to the respective YouTube feed to be able to listen to the audio stream. Again, postseason audio only, so it is just going to be an audio stream, but nonetheless you can hear it anywhere you can get the internet. You're going to be able to check in and be able to see what's going on with our local sports teams. Still got a couple of volleyball teams going on. Of course, Rush City winning last night against Mora, and among some other ones, North Branch, I believe, still available as well in volleyball. And we're going to kind of try to track as many of those games coming down the stretch, trying to be able to get a couple of teams into the state tournament in our local area. Hope you can follow all of that and be able to track with us as we try to push towards state tournament play in our local area. Hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. The 35-0 victory by the Foley Falcons over the top of the Spectrum Sting. They move on to the section championship Friday night, 7 o'clock over in St. Cloud at St. Cloud Tech. My name is Andy Beckstrom for the Q Media Sports Team. And until next time, have a great night and a great weekend, everybody.
All right, guys, when you get into the end zone, I want a big celebration. Break.
There are plenty of different celebrations after a touchdown. When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are also choices. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral Homes, church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral Services in Mora, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing a huge state-of-the-art facility and more. Are iCar and ASC certified and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.